Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. TGIF. It is Friday. Come on, y'all. So today I am so excited to be back with you. Um, Last week, I know we did a replay, but today I'm live and in color. But it is Friday. I am so excited that today is Friday, y'all. These weeks, but God is good. All right. And so today I'm excited to come back to the Empower Her experience and share with you all what I have for you this week. And it is actually May the 1st. May the 1st means something to me specifically, being a licensed professional counselor, but May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So all month, I'll be bringing you even more topics that deal with mental health and things surrounding mental health, but how to take care of our mental health. And there's a lot of things that affect our mental health. So we're going to be talking about, especially, there's one we're going to be talking about today. This one we are talking about today is actually, it's going to be personal today. It's real. It might be a little uncomfortable for some people, but guess what? We're going to go there anyway, because that's what I do. I like to keep it real, and I like to help, and I like to help some people take a look on the inside and see where they can make changes to be the best version of themselves. So one of the things that greatly affects our mental health is other people. So y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, good morning, Miss Dee Dee. Good morning, good morning. One of the things that greatly affects a lot of people's mental health is being concerned with other people. Good morning, Juanita. Being concerned with other people, how other people will perceive them, how other people feel about them, whether they like them, doing things because they want to make sure that people are happy with them. Well, today we're going to talk about that because that is affecting a lot of people's mental health. And so the topic for today is liking yourself without the likes. So this is the intrinsic, internal, basically, validation in a social world. So we know it used to be, hey, Ikea, Kiki. But yeah, it used to be before social media, we were out of school or out in the community and things like that. And, you would see people and you could tell by the way that they interacted with you, that they didn't really, care for you or whether they liked you. But now a lot of people are dealing with knowing whether people like them or don't like them based off of the likes that they get, like seeking validation through the likes or through social media or through people clicking like on it. And we're going to talk about that today because so many people's mental health gets affected by it. So many people's self-esteem gets affected by it and things like that. So we're going to talk about it. So let me ask you something. Hey, Robina, good morning. Let me ask you something. Have you ever posted something and then you just kept checking it, refreshing the screen, checking it, counting the likes, watching the views, trying to measure and basically trying to measure your worth in real time? A lot of people might not admit that, but I'm sure at some point we have all done it. So I have made an intentional decision a couple of years ago to just, I'm going to post what I'm going to post. Whoever going to look, they going to look. Whoever going to click like, they going to click like. Because guess what? I have internal validation. I validate myself. So social media does not validate me. And it took, initially, I had to think about this. I was like, why am I looking at this for likes? Like, I posted it because I liked it. So that's really what matters, right? So, but a lot of us do that, and I think until you become aware that you are seeking this this validation, external validation, then you're not able to recognize that the validation needs to come from inside, not from the likes and views. Because let me just tell you, you can post something and it be 1,000 people watch it, and only 10 people are gonna click like on it. But guess what? Those 1,000 people, it could have been 500 of them that sat there and watched it all the way through, and they liked it, but they're not gonna say anything. Y'all know that we got people in that you see in public. We have people that who they see the things that you do. You know them personally. You see them in person. They ain't never gonna say nothing, but you know they're watching. They're not going to say anything, but you know they're watching. And you just have some people who just not those people. They're not going to give you that clout. They're not going to give you that good job. They're not going to give you that keep doing well, or I see you and you're doing it great. They're not going to do that. I cannot tell you how many times I have been out in places and I've had people come up to me and say, I see all the things that you're doing. Yeah, you're doing well. I see you, you're doing this and you're doing that. And I be watching you. But then I'm not going to do it. But if you were to go back and look, you'll never see their name. You'll never see their comment. You'll never see them click like. But guess what? They can tell you everything I did. So if you're looking, what's that? I ain't gonna say a mumbling word. Absolutely not gonna say anything. And it's like in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you see all that, but I never see your name pop up that you click like on it. I never see your comment from you or anything on the stuff. And so I'm like, but you watching. And so I have learned through these years of social media and just even before and just even in live that if you wait on external validation from other people, I'm sorry, you're going to always be disappointed. It's the truth. It's the truth. Now you'll get some, but if you keep waiting on it, you're going to be disappointed and you'll start to question your worth. So let's talk about this. One of the things that ends up happening is validation becomes a dependency. So what I mean by that is we live in a world now, especially like I said with social media, where feedback is instant. You post something and generally a few seconds later, somebody's either click like on it or somebody's come on there and made a comment. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret because I know a lot of times there may be things that I post and it's on there for days before I even come on there and reply to them or click like to the people. It's not me being dismissive at all to the people who took the time to stop and say something or click like. I do that for my sanity, for my mental health. I post it because generally I'm not on social media like that. So for people who think that I am not. I'll usually take a day and schedule a bunch of posts for the week, and then I get off of there. I schedule them, and so they go on there without me ever even being on social media. So I will post them like that, and a lot of times that's why they just sit there because it was a scheduled post that went out in a timely manner because I have so many different things going on. But I will post something when I do post it right then, and I get on just to post that and I get off. So I don't even stop to wait to see who's responding, who's clicking like. Why? Because I posted this because I wanted to post it. I posted it because I liked it. So I'm not waiting on nobody to validate me or to see who's going to validate me because I liked it. So I posted it. So that's a little secret. So if any of y'all have ever felt some type of way because I didn't come back on there immediately and said something, that's why. Because I post it and then I get off. And then the other thing is I don't have a lot of time. My time is very limited. So I know that if I get caught up on social media, replying to all that stuff, good morning, Raquel. If I get on there replying to all this stuff, I'll never get off of there. I'll never get anything done, y'all, and I'll be crazy in the back. So I don't have the time to do it. So when I do get a moment and I do get a breather, if you'll notice, it might be days later that I come back and say thank you, or I come back and click on your comment or things like that. But that's why I do it, not because I'm being dismissive, or because I don't care, or because I take for granted that people stop and they say, hey, like y'all being on here, I love y'all for being on here. I appreciate y'all for being on here, and I do not take it for granted. And but we live in this world where feedback is instant and approval can be visible because of social media. But what happens is you end up with a lot of comparison. That's another thing. I always tell clients and stuff, stay off of there. But they'll say, well, I'm not this, I'm not further, I should be further along. I say, who are you comparing your life to? Who are you comparing your life to? And they'll be like, well, I'll be seeing this one on social media. Get off of social media. That's what I tell them. Get off of there. Stay off of there. Don't be on there for so long. If you're going to get on there, post something, go on there and see what the people are saying to you or whatever. But then get off of there. Stop looking at what everybody else is doing, because their purpose is not your purpose. Their journey is not your journey. Their life is not your life. What God has for you is for you. And no matter what anyone else is doing, it has nothing to do with your purpose. Nothing to do with what God has for you. Come on, y'all. Put that in the chat and say, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Good morning, Tyronda. Good morning. But say, no, it has nothing to do with me. And so if we're not careful, we can start believing that our value is tied to how we are received by other people. I'm going to tell you another thing that grew me up from seeking external validation and external approval. Well, two things. One thing is knowing that the things that I do, this is not of Christy Copeland. This is me following what God tells me to do. So if I'm pleasing God and doing what He said to do, then I can't worry about if men are pleased with it or not. If men care about it or not. I'm like Paul. If I'm gonna do one, two things. Either I'm gonna please God, I'm gonna please man, but I can't do them both. So that's one of the things that keep me not seeking external validation, is knowing that the things that I'm doing is God led, not Christy Cole. Because let me tell y'all, give y'all another secret about me that some of y'all might not know on here, but some of y'all might do. If I could, I would be somewhere sitting quiet, sitting still, doing nothing. Honest, because the things that you have and the load that you carry and a lot of the purpose, it comes with a lot, y'all. It comes with a lot of warfare. It comes with a lot of scrutiny. It comes with a lot of rejection. It comes with people sizing you up and they don't even know you. They don't take the time to get to know you. They automatically assume, because of the way you look, because of what you do, that you are a certain person. Y'all, I can't tell you how many times I've had people come up to me and say, you know what? I thought you was arrogant. You know what? I thought you was funny acting. You know, I thought you was, I thought you, what did somebody tell me one time? I thought you were stuck up. Me? Okay. Whatever. Good morning, Angela. Is that Mama J? Hey, Mama J. Mama J is on here. Hey, good morning, y'all. But I cannot tell you how many times that has happened to me. And I'm like, I am one of the least stuck up people you'll ever meet. I'll talk to anybody who will come up to me and talk to me and greet me. And I have no reason to be arrogant, no reason to be prideful, because I realize that anything I do comes from God. And the only way that I can do it is because of Him. So when you know that and you believe that, you have no place in your heart to be prideful or to be arrogant, because it is not me. It is the Christ that's on the inside of me. So a lot of times we're worried about how we're going to be received by other people, and why that is something that I want you to think about as I go through this podcast. Why do we worry about how we're going to be perceived or received by other people if we are walking in our own purpose and what God has for us? Why? So here's the truth. External validation is loud, but guess what? It is not consistent. It is not consistent. And let me tell you, I told you it was two things. One, knowing that God is the one who told me. But the other thing is, I realized that same tongue that people will praise you with, those same hands that people will clap and cheer you on with, Ha! Guess what? That tongue, they'll use you to praise you today. That tongue, they'll use you to crucify you the next day. They'll lift you up today and praise you and encourage you today, but then you do something that they don't like. They'll use that same tongue to tear you down. So external validation is loud, but it is very inconsistent. Because one day they clapping and the next day they silent. And if your identity is built on their applause, I got a question for you. What happens when the room goes silent? What happens when the room goes silent? So let's break it down. We're going to talk about intrinsic, meaning internal, versus extrinsic, which is external. External validation says, I believe I'm enough when they say I am. That's what it means when you're looking for external validation. Internal validation says, I know I'm enough, even if they never say it. Even if they never celebrate me, even if they never support me, guess what? I'm still enough. Let them keep sleeping. Let them keep sleeping on me. I preached a message a few weeks ago about the disciples sleeping on Jesus when he needed them the most. You got people in your life who know you, been with you for years, been walking with you, but guess what? They sleeping on you. But let them keep sleeping. Guess what? While they're sleeping, you keep building. You keep building. You keep doing. Because your purpose is not dependent on whether or not they woke, whether or not they acknowledge, whether or not they support. Your purpose is not dependent upon that. So if you are waiting and, hey, Miss Monica, hey, Misha, hey, all my people on here today. Good morning, James Brown. But yes, Pastor James Brown, I'm sorry. But yes, if you are waiting on people to give you external validation, you are going to be disappointed because it is loud 1 minute, but it's not consistent. So some of you may have found yourself in a cycle of these things. You're outsourcing your self-worth to people. You're waiting on the applause of people who are inconsistent with their support in the first place. Think about it. You had all these people one day telling you, oh, Hosanna, blessed be the rock. Oh, he's the King of Kings. He's the Lord of Lords. And guess what? A few days later, a week later, almost a week later, crucify him, crucify him. Wait a minute, you was just hallelujah, Hosanna. Now you trying to crucify me? So that's why it's got to come from in here, because people are fickle, people are inconsistent. Sometimes people know, and sometimes they're gonna be inconsistent because what you're doing sheds a light on the fact that they're not doing anything. Whew, my God. It's tight, but it's right. It is tight, but it's right. Because everybody's intentions, everybody don't have the best intentions. And if they know that you are seeking that external validation, and people know, yeah, come on, y'all, we all know someone who is an attention seeker. Come on, come on, be real with me today. Don't we all know someone who is an attention seeker? You can spot them from a mile away. Come on, everybody. Say, yeah, I know one. You ain't got to name no names. Just put that in the chat. Yes, I know one. We all know someone who is an attention seeker. And so when people recognize that you are an attention seeker and they don't have good intentions, guess what? They will withhold their attention, withhold their applause, withhold their support and their encouragement from you as a source of punishment. Ooh, Bet you didn't think that was going to come up, did y'all? Yep, I told y'all I'm keeping it real today. I want to help somebody today, and I hope I'm helping somebody right now. But yeah, so people, if they know that you seek external validation, they will withhold it and keep silent just to punish you or just to make you feel bad about yourself and make you withdraw from doing what you are doing. Whew, man. So can we talk about what this does to your mental health? What this does to your mental health? Because when you rely on external validation, you will find yourself becoming anxious when you are not acknowledged. Have you ever been in spaces where people, you know, they know you, they see you, but they try to ignore you, they try to discredit you, all of those things. And if you are not careful, you will become anxious in these type of spaces. It will stress you out. You will feel overwhelmed if you are not careful. But guess what? I acknowledge me. I acknowledge me before I walked in the room. Before I walk out this house. Girl, you got this today. Come on. You got it. Be amazing today. That's my acknowledgement right there. Notice at the end of my podcast, if you've ever watched any of them, at the end, I always tell you, be amazing today. I tell you that so you can feel that on the inside and say, you know what? Let me go out here and be amazing today. For me. So before I even walk in the room, I've already acknowledged me. Before I walk in the room, God has already affirmed me. So I'm not going to let you make me be anxious in this room because God has affirmed me and I've already acknowledged me. So I'm not even going to give you the audacity to think that you acknowledging me is going to have any effect on me, what I do, and how I move. Well, I told y'all, I'm coming today, guns blazing. Guns blazing today. So, but it will have a tremendous effect on your mental health. You become anxious when you're not acknowledged, and you will question yourself when you are not affirmed. Because listen, let me tell you, it's some petty people in the world. Super petty. They can know who you are. They can know what you do. And still get out there and act like they don't know you. Oh, y'all. Hold on, I gotta stop for a minute. Just made me lose my train of thought. I just seen Mr. Copeland pop in. Hey. Oh, hey, Mr. Copeland. He said no effect on what I do and how I move. Ain't that right? That's right, boo. But you will start to question yourself when you are not affirmed. And then you will start to shrink when you're not celebrated. Guess what? If you do something, this is like, I said this last week, and I meant it on or the week before on the podcast about the growing in the swamp. Listen, that book came from a place of a hard season. When I tell you a hard season. So, and it was actually a year overdue. And so the fact that I finally got the strength to complete it, and I finally got to a point to where I could get it done and finish it. That was like, ooh, girl, you did it. Oh my gosh. I literally was in tears when I finished typing the last word in that book. So guess what? That is my acknowledgement. That is my affirmation. And God even said, you did it. Because he knew how hard it was for me to get that done. So guess what? I said it 2 weeks ago, and I meant it. I'm not worried about the sales. I have done what God said. So if people don't want to buy a book because they think that's going to hurt me, guess what? You're missing out on what God said, because that came from God and me walking through a hard place. I'm not worried about the sales. God going to take care of me. I'm happy that I got through it. That was an accomplishment for me, and that I followed what God was telling me to do, and that I got through it, and I got through a hard place. So I have affirmed me. God has affirmed me. So guess what? I'm not shrinking. I am not shrinking about it. I'm still going to post growing in the swamp. I still. And guess what? I'm not shrinking because I'm not celebrated. I'm celebrating myself because, I finished it. Yay! That's what you got to do. Some of the things that you go through it. You finish, like my sister is on here and she's a nurse. I saw what she went through during the time that she was in nursing school. She went through a lot. Not only that, she had 4 children, putting herself through nursing school. And I saw the studying and how she was trying to take care of her kids. She still worked and they told you not to work. She took all of these things. She did all of this trying to get through nursing school. And you think going through all of that, just because a few people don't want to applaud me, I'm not going to celebrate myself? That's you crazy. My journey to become a licensed professional counselor was an 8-year journey, including school and all the hours that I had to put in to make sure that I didn't make people who already have mental health issues worse. And I went through a lot. I went through a lot of not being able to spend time with my family, not being able to spend time with my husband as much as I wanted to, not being able to do the things that I wanted to do, all those losing sleep, up, writing papers, doing all this stuff, taking tests, having test anxiety, and all of these things, and all the money, matter of fact, that it costs. And you think that I'm not going to celebrate myself because people have an issue with that. Consider everything that you went through to get what you got and to get where you are. That's applause enough. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Put it in the chat. I celebrate myself. I celebrate myself. But it will affect your mental health if you're looking for external validation. You will shrink when you are not celebrated. I got a cousin on here. She just retired from the Texas Department of Transportation, y'all. She's an engineer, and she just retired from 28 years of being at that job. Y'all, she is a woman in a male-dominant field. Mostly it's men. You don't see too many women engineers, civil engineers at that. And she was in a position of leadership. If they didn't want to celebrate her, guess what? You ain't got to, because I made it 28 years in East Texas as a woman working for the Texas Department of Transportation, 28 years, going through the things I've gone through in life, man. And now I retire. Celebrate yourself. All of that. And so here's the part that hits deep. You can be growing, you can be healing, and you can be evolving, and you can still feel unseen by people. Hey, Miss Denisha. You can still feel unseen. Not because your growth isn't real. That's not the case. But because you're waiting for somebody else to confirm it. You don't need anybody to confirm it. If God told you, God equipped you, God gave you the tools you need to do it, guess what? That's confirmation enough. I hope I'm freeing somebody today. That is confirmation enough. Everybody is not assigned to validate your transformation. Everybody is not assigned to validate your purpose. Guess what? Remember in the Bible, it talks about when Jesus went to the Mount of Transfiguration. Well, guess what? When he went up there, he didn't take the 3,000 people. He didn't take them. He didn't take the 5,000. He didn't take the 300. He didn't even take the 12. He took them 3 people that are in his inner circle up there with him. Why? Because everybody cannot handle your transformation. Everybody can handle what God is doing. So everybody's not assigned to validate it. If everybody can't handle it, then that means everybody's not assigned to validate it. Because some people, they only know the old version of you. They only know this person. They see, oh, you know what? That's just Christy. She's just a counselor. Oh, that's I get this a lot. Oh, that's Cass Copeland's wife. Not that I'm not proud to be a wife, honey. But some people, we get in our feels about certain people not validating us or not celebrating or clapping. When guess what? Some of them don't even have the capacity to do it. We mad at people who don't even know how to celebrate themselves. So how can I expect you to celebrate me when you don't even know how to celebrate you? Everyone is not assigned to validate your transformation. But when Jesus went on that mount, what did God say? He said, this is my son, my beloved son, and who I'm well pleased. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Daughter, I'm pleased with you. You wrote that book. I know it was hard. I know you was crying. I know you didn't want to do it. I'm proud of you. That's what I want to hear. So, because some people only knew the old version of you. Some people, no matter what you do, no matter how much good you do, no matter how much you change your life, no matter how much you go on to do what God's telling you to do, they're still going to reduce you to the person you were 5, 10 years ago. They're not going to acknowledge the fact that you are not the same person anymore. I'm not that girl anymore. Yep, I used to be her. I'm not her anymore. I'm not there anymore. I don't live there anymore. I got me a new house. When I mean new house, I mean a new mindset, a new way of doing things. So some people only knew the old version of you. Some people benefited from the version of you that didn't have boundaries. The one that they had all access pass to, everything that you didn't tell them no for nothing. They just said whatever, did whatever, and you just put up with it. You just dealt with it. No, not in this season. I know my value. I know my worth. I'm not putting up with just anything. I got walls. And when I say walls, not having boundaries is like having a house with no walls. If you don't have a house with walls, anything can get in. Anything can get out. People can come in when they want to, leave when they want to, bring in what they want to, take what they want to. Nope. I got me some walls. Got some structure. So some people are just plain uncomfortable with your growth. Some people view you growing as if it's a slap to them. My growth ain't got nothing to do with you. Somebody put that in chat, please. This has nothing to do with you. Your growth has nothing to do with them. Some people are uncomfortable with your growth because guess what? It sheds the light on them that requires them to grow too. So guess what? They don't want to, so they're not going to clap for you. They're not going to do it. Oh, she thinks she's better than us now because she. No, that's what you think. I'm just trying to grow. I'm just trying to be a better version of me. I'm just trying to do something different in life. I'm trying to be better in life. Someone asked me one time, they did an interview with me, and they asked me, about me, and I think if I could be anybody, who would I be? Let me tell you, honest to God truth, me. I told them I wouldn't want to be anybody. Now I would love to have Oprah money, but I don't want to be Oprah. I want to be Christy Copeland because I'm okay with Christy Copeland. I might not be the best at everything. I might not be the cream of the crop in other people's eyes or whatever. I can't do this like this one or do that one. But guess what? I'm okay with me. Are you okay with you? I told them, I said, the only thing that I look at is I want to be a better Christy Copeland than I was 2 years ago, last year, 5 months ago. I want to be better than I was yesterday. So, but people become uncomfortable with your growth because it requires them to grow too. So they don't clap. Good morning, Miss Shakoya Butler. Oh my gosh, y'all, we got the body butter lady on here. Hey. Oh, but some people are uncomfortable with your growth because it requires them to grow too. So they don't clap for you. They don't acknowledge you. And sometimes they even resist your growth. They'll try to discourage you. They'll resist it. They'll try to talk against you. They'll try to destroy your influence with other people. And if you're not grounded internally, then they will make you question everything. So now I want to talk about how I've told y'all what it does. I want to talk about how you can start to build more internal validation, because I'm not just going to leave y'all hanging like that. I want to teach you how you can do more of that. So how do we shift from seeking that external validation to now being able to have it come from within, build it from within? The first thing, track your own growth. Stop waiting for somebody else to notice what you've overcome. Stop waiting for other people to acknowledge where you are in life and where you are in your journey, where you've come from. Hey, Mr. Johnson, that's my 49er colleague. Hey! But stop waiting for someone else to notice where you've come from, because they see it. We talked about that earlier. They see it. They know it. They're watching. They're just not saying nothing. So guess what you can do? Keep a journal. Keep a log of the things that you're doing. If you're trying to accomplish something, or you want to, even just if you're just trying to be a better version of you emotionally, mentally, keep a journal. Write down what your thoughts are today. Write them down tomorrow. Write them down. Keep doing it. Do it. Do it for a whole month. And then at the end of the month, go back and see where you are on day 30 or day 31, and see where you were on day 1. You can even do it on day 15. Go back and see where you are on day 15 versus where you were on day 1. But journal it. Track your own growth. Reflect on your own growth. Name it. You know what? The journey, y'all, a lot of y'all know on here, the journey that I've just gone through for the still going through it. Well, we're in May now, since October. So what is that? 7 months of a journey that I've been on, trying to get back to being able to walk the way that I used to walk, and being able to run and exercise and just do basic things on a daily. I'm still in physical therapy since I had that tragic accident that I had and had to have surgery and learn how to walk all over again. But I started out when I first started doing physical therapy, and he told me that I need to try to see how far I could walk. Well, I started walking 7 minutes. And that was major. To some people, it'd be like, 7 minutes, that ain't nothing. For me, for someone who was just starting to walk again, that was amazing. So I started out doing 7 minutes. Then the next time, it was 8 minutes. Then the next time, it was 10 minutes. And then he was like, I want you to do more than 10. I was like, wait, whoa. But then it went to 20. Then it went to 30. So I was tracking my own growth. And I was like, when I got to 30, y'all, I was walking and crying and praising God and thanking God, like, God, I thank you. So I was tracking my own growth, but journal it, reflect on it, and name it. So track your own growth. That's one way that you can build your internal validation. Another thing is celebrate small wins. Like I just told y'all, my neighbors probably thought I was crazy because when I was finishing that 30-minute walk, my hands was up in the air. I was crying. I was thanking God. God, I thank you for allowing me to be able to walk for 30 minutes that I'm walking. God, I thank you. So celebrate small wins. They're not going to react that way, but guess what? It don't mean you can't. That's not arrogance. That is me thanking God for what he allowed me to do. Thank God that when you could have popped off, when you could have responded, when you could have did a throat punch, you didn't do any of that. When you could have cussed them out, you didn't do that. You didn't react the same way you probably would have reacted 5 years ago. That's growth. Celebrate those small wins. You set a boundary, whereas before you didn't set a boundary. You just let people walk all over you. You just kept taking them back. You just let them keep hurting you over and over again. But you finally said, you know what? Even though it might hurt me to walk away, I love me enough that I'm going to walk away from this. I'm not going to keep letting you hurt me. That's growth. That's growth. You walked away instead of arguing. You know what? What little Duval say? I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth. I walked away from an argument. Woo! That's growth. Because normally we could have went round for round like Money Mayweather. We could have went toe for toe. But guess what? I walked away. That's growth. So celebrate those small wins. And then I know they taught us this, that we're not supposed to do this. But talk to yourself differently. You can talk to yourself. Some of us need to talk to ourselves. We need to have a good old conversation with ourselves. But talk to yourself differently. Talk to yourself differently. Speak a different language when you are talking to yourself. Instead of asking, I wonder, did they like it? Talk to yourself and say, did I show up as my best self? Did I do my best? Did I do all I could? Did I do what God told me to do? Did I do it the way God told me to do it? Did I do it to the best of my ability? Talk to yourself differently. So don't let it no longer be about, did they click like on it? Did anybody comment on it? Did I show up as my best self? Did I do what I could do? I really hope I'm helping somebody. Somebody tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to talk differently from now on. I'm going to talk to myself differently from now on. And then the fourth thing is detach. So 3 was talk to yourself differently. 4 is detach from outcomes. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you can do everything right and still not get the response that you expected. It doesn't mean that what you did was wrong. It doesn't mean that what you did wasn't effective. That's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you're not going to get the outcome that you expected, but guess what? It doesn't mean that you didn't do everything right. That doesn't mean that you were wrong. Because sometimes you're just not going to get it from out there. Well, I'll tell you this. More than any book sales that I have gotten from any of my books, I think, and this one I'm most proud of, Growing in the Swamp, because I know it came from truly, which all of them did, but this one really hit deep. But one of the most rewarding things, besides the fact that I know what it took for me to produce it, is when people send me emails or send me text messages and say, oh my God, this book has really changed my perspective on things, on my life, and how I'm telling you, I've been getting them. I've been getting the messages. One day, I'm going to post them. I ain't going to tell you who said them, but I'll post the responses I'm getting. But the responses that I'm getting is, oh my gosh, this book was life-changing for me. One reader sent a message to me and said, I was so bummed when the book ended. Another one said, wow, I realized I got a lot of work to do in therapy. Thank you for your yes. Thank you for your obedience. Because this is a season I'm walking through. I really needed to hear that. Those things, besides knowing I got through it, are the most rewarding things for me. I'm not worried about the book sales. Not worried about being on the New York Times bestseller list. Okay. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, But just knowing that I did what God said to do, and in doing what God said to do, if it didn't help but 5 people change their life, I've done my job. It was all worth it at the end of the day. So you can do everything right and still not get the response that you expected, but that doesn't mean that you were wrong. So, number 6, reflection moment for all of y'all. I want you to sit with this question. Think about this as you go throughout your day. If nobody clapped, would you still be proud of the person you're becoming? If nobody clapped for you, would you still be proud of who you're becoming? Reason why I asked you that question is because that is where your freedom lies. If you say yes, I'm still proud of who I'm becoming, even though nobody acknowledges it, nobody claps for me. Yes, that is where freedom lives. So listen, you're not a performance. You are a person, and your worth is not determined by likes, comments, and recognition from people sitting behind computer screens or people who sitting back watching from afar who refuse to acknowledge or recognize you. Your worth is not determined by those things. It's not determined by who chooses to acknowledge you. Your growth is real, even when it's quiet. Even when it's quiet. Your healing is valid, even when it's unseen. And so I want you to practice liking yourself today. And then I'm going to challenge all of you. Just post something. Post your picture and say, I'm liking myself today. And don't go back to see how many likes you get today. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to post my picture today. I'm not going to go back to see how many likes I get today, because I'm practicing liking myself without the likes. And before we go, I really do. I hope that was helpful for you guys today. I really do. I hope I helped free somebody today. I really hope I help someone heal and change their perspective today. What is my sister on here saying? What was 5? She said she missed it. Number 5. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't a 5. I'm sorry. It was, the first one was track your own growth. 2 was celebrate your small wins. 3 was talk to yourself differently. And 4 was detach from outcome. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yes, and then I had the reflection moment. If nobody clapped, would I still be proud of the person I'm becoming? So I really hope that I helped someone today. But before we go, I want to personally invite you to connect with me in person in person. So the next stop on the Growing in the Swamp book tour is Monday, May the 4th. Woohoo! May the 4th. I've never done a book tour, thank God. But this is the second stop on the book tour. Monday, May the 4th, 6:30. I will be at the Kingdom Church with Pastor Latoya Harris. I will be there live and in color. And yes, I will have books on hand. And if you've been listening and growing and healing, this is your chance to come into the room and experience it in person. If you can't make it on Monday, I understand. I know people's got lives and people are busy. That's not going to be the last stop. I've got several more, but I invite you to join me. You'll go to my Facebook page. I posted the dates and the locations that I'll be making a stop. You can come get you a signed book, get you a picture, and chat with me for a bit and actually find out more, about the book. And let me tell y'all, I wrote the book, but I was on vacation last week and my husband can vouch for me. On the plane, I started reading my book again. And sitting there reading, I looked at him as if I wasn't the one that wrote it. I said, this is good. Why? Because it was helping me all over again. And then I even sat there and got the coloring book out and sat there coloring on the plane. And it was so relaxing. I actually love my coloring book. And you might not want to use crayons, use markers, use pencils, whatever. But let's see. Somebody said something on here. It's Juanita. She said, I loved it. And Miss Juanita has read the book, y'all. She's read the book. She got the book. She got the coloring book, everything. She has read it. So she can tell y'all her perspective of the book. But yes, join me May the 4th, which is Monday at 6:30 p.m. at the Kingdom Church. I'll be doing a brief reading there, but I will also be, Pastor Latoya is going to be interviewing me that day. So she'll be asking me some questions. So you'll get some intimate details surrounding the book. And then after that, I'll be signing the books and taking pictures. So come and join me in person. And I want to thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in on Fridays, because I know it's Friday. Everybody ready to get out and do stuff. So there's so many different things that you could have done. Hey, Miss Williams, good morning. I know there's so many other places that you could have been, but you decided to spend your time with me, and I appreciate it. And so I'm in accordance to what we just talked about, y'all share the post. Share the video, share the podcast, like it, share, subscribe. We have a YouTube channel where this also, the same video goes to YouTube. But I just want, it's not for my validation, it's for other people to be helped, because I do believe that we can be healed mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So, but don't forget to do the work for your healing either. I gave y'all 2 assignments. One, post you a picture of yourself and say, I'm liking myself today. Don't go back and look at who's clicking like on it, but ask yourself this question. If nobody else claps, am I proud of me? Am I proud of who I'm becoming? And so I love y'all. I gotta run, but I will see you next Friday. Remember, May, Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'm going to be giving you good hot topics every Friday for the month of May. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. And as always, be amazing today. Have a blessed weekend. Love y'all. I will see you next time.